It's basically been 10 years since Bitcoin has been first written, and we still don't know who the developer or developers are behind it. Today we're talking about Satoshi Nakamoto. Who is he, she, they, whatever is going on here. It's a mystery. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and we still don't have an intro, so we're gonna do something really cool. Kubera, pow! Okay, so basically Bitcoin was written in 2007. It didn't come out till 2009. However, the code began work in the developers or developer, they began work in 2007. Anyways, in 2008, the white papers were released. They were published on the cryptography mailing lists by a programmer or a group of programmers calling themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with what white papers are, it's basically like a blueprint for a cryptocurrency. It outlines, hey, what is the main goal of this project? What is it going to do? And what its purpose is. So the white papers were published under the title of Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. On January 3rd, 2009, we're going to skip ahead a little bit, the first block was mined. So basically with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrencies, the way you make the cryptocurrency is by mining it. Now, of course, you're not just like, pow, you have to have special computers for this stuff, and it gets really complex. But the first mine was blocked. I mean, the first block was mined. It sort of sounds like Minecraft or something. And 6 days after that, January 9th, Satoshi Nakamoto released 0.1 update, the first update towards the blockchain system. And so the Bitcoin software was updated. It was uploaded to SourceForge, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. Kind of a sketchy website sometimes, but you know, whatever. Nakamoto also created the Bitcoin.com website along with some other developers, and he's listed permanently as the founder on BitcoinTalk.org, which, by the way, we're going to have a video on BitcoinTalk.org and how you can earn money on there. Anyways, it's kind of interesting because Satoshi Nakamoto for years has been working with other people online, communicating on forums, emailing, and still no one has any real clues as to who she, they are or where they're based from. After 2 years of collaborating with Gavin Anderson, Satoshi Nakamoto decided to hand over the project to Gavin. He ceased all involvement with the Bitcoin project in December 2010. Satoshi showed up once again on the scene on April 23rd, 2011, when he sent an email. He emailed the software developer, Mike Hearn. There's a plane. And he basically said in the email that he's moved on to other things that are better, of course, than Bitcoin. Now, he's moved on to other things. I'm not sure whether it was a business move or whether he was just bored of the project. Nobody really knows exactly what's going on, but sometimes you just burn out, you know? Probably was working hard on this. And that it's in good hands with Gavin. So Gavin worked on the project from 2010 to 2014, like he did work before with Satoshi, but yeah, mainly 2010 to 2014, and then he passed it on as well. But before he did, he started a Bitcoin Foundation, which basically raised capital funds for the cryptocurrency project. From then on, nobody knows exactly what Satoshi has done or is up to now. So here's what is known about Satoshi Nakamoto, and that's, well, supposedly, allegedly. He was born in the 70s, bro. I think that's the wrong decade. You know, he was a kid in the 80s. Maybe he had like a nice afro gum. Anyway, so he's born on April 5th, 1975. And some people suspect that so Satoshi's claiming that he, she is Japanese. Okay, to simplify things, I'm just gonna say he from now on, okay? Statistically speaking, most likely it's a he. He said that he's Japanese, and some people don't believe him because for some strange reason, if your English is too good, then people start doubting you. Like, I speak multiple languages too. Now, of course, I was an American. I am an American. But just because someone has really good English doesn't mean they're lying about where they're from. I don't think it's substantial evidence. Anyways, so we're gonna look at the next part, which is his name. If we're gonna try and dissect it a little bit and translate it from Japanese into English. Satoshi stands for quick-witted or wise. Naka means inside, and moto means foundation. So if you put it together, it's actually quite symbolic. Quick-witted inside a foundation. But there's also another translation, which means Satoshi, born from the ashes, like a phoenix. And Nakamoto, which means central origin. So basically, born from the ashes of centralization. Of course, these are just guesses as to whether Satoshi actually looked up and like, oh yeah, it's very symbolic. I mean, he could have just been like, that sounds really cool, I like it. There's a slight chance of that, but most likely he was looking into it for a couple months and they're like, yeah, this is perfect. There's actually a very big science behind names, because names and brands are one of the most important things when starting a company or whatever it is that is going to be online, especially online. I mean, you guys may not realize it, but I took some time to just come up with this name itself. Now, it's not the best name in the world out there. Kubera.io and .coms are taken, unfortunately. And there's other people using it on other platforms, but I decided that this name is short enough and I like it so much, and it's kind of an ego thing. I just like the frickin' name. But basically, Kubera is, for some of you guys who were wondering, like, why did I choose this for the second channel? It's kind of random. It's super short. It's going to be easy to remember once I market it enough, and it's a brand. Kubera is the Hindu god king. I mean, that just sounds cool. Not only are you a lord, but it's a god king of wealth or prosperity. So, you know, you can look back at ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, look at the gods, goddesses, and actually there's a lot of companies that get their names from stuff like the weird religions and weird mythologies and all this stuff. I mean, Nike, one of the biggest companies out there in the world, okay, maybe not the biggest, but one of the most recognized brands out there in the world, comes from an ancient Greek god, I think. I think it was a god, right? Don't want to get the genders wrong. Anyways, so some known candidates are Charlie Lee, Hal Finney, and Dorian Nakamoto himself. But there's no proof to this, and all the candidates are basically saying, it's not me, why are you guys looking at me? The mystery is still unsolved today. Boy, we gotta get Scooby involved on this. Some of you guys might be wondering, well, why doesn't Satoshi want to reveal himself? Like, he could probably be a billionaire. Like, oh my gosh. But the thing is, it is a little bit sketchy. One of the main reasons Bitcoin kind of rose to popularity is through pumps and dumps and just overhyping and using it on the darknet markets and kind of sketchy stuff. Like, it's good because it got Bitcoin to where it is today. However, the people involved with the projects, now, not at first, but later on, it's something that some people out there just wouldn't want to be fully associated with. Or they take pride in knowing that they built it, it's a beautiful creation of theirs, but they don't want the world to know, oh, you're that person, because some people just can't handle fame, because you get paranoid. I mean, I'm not famous by any means. I'm not relevant. I mean, I have a YouTube channel with 20,000 subscribers, but even with that 20,000 subscribers, I still have to scroll through hundreds upon hundreds of messages. So you can imagine someone who builds something worth billions and billions of dollars and how many messages they would get every single freaking day. Every time they'd go out to their grocery store, someone's like, oh, you're Satoshi, oh, da da da. Like, even for my channel, I get silly comments like, hey, donate Bitcoin, donate 0.1 Bitcoin. Now, probably they're just trolling, but there's a lot of weird cases where people win the lottery and then they get famous and then they lose it all, or they get their funds stolen and, you know, they get robbed or whatever. People are just jealous, and there's so many reasons why Satoshi doesn't want to reveal who he is. Anyways, let the mystery come out. There's also been some fraudsters out there claiming they were the real Satoshi Nakamoto, but then when, you know, asked for evidence, usually they got somewhere, but then it stopped. Anyways, my name is Mike. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for the current subscribers. You guys rock.